right, I'm sitting here with my nephew. We just hit back day. What do you think about back day, bro?
It's the best back day I've had in a while. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, what did you hit today?
315 on deadlift.
Now, is that a PR or what is that for you?
Yeah, that's my PR.
Yeah, you had your first PR. When was the last time you actually deadlifted?
It was probably beginning of senior year in soccer.
Yeah, your competitive soccer league.
Yeah, it was probably 215, 225.
215, 225. So we started out with 225 to warm up, and then 275, and then he was like, "Yeah, I can do 275." He started rapping out 275 like it was nothing. How did that 275 feel at first?
It felt pretty good. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah. And then he was like, let me go ahead and throw about 10 more on there. So he threw, 285. I was like, yeah, that's probably about his limit right there. How did 285 feel?
I started to feel a little heavy, but I kept going.
He kept going. And so I went live on TikTok and I was just chatting with some people like that. And I see him walk off and grab more weights. And I'm like, bro, what are you doing, dude? What was going through your mind at that point, man?
I had the adrenaline going through me. I was ready to pick some weight up.
He was.
Throw it down.
Dude, you sure did throw it down. Every time he lifted it up, dude, he just chunked it on the ground, which is hilarious. That wouldn't go in a strongman competition for sure, but that was pretty awesome. Once you hit that 285, you went to 300, and that's where I was hitting my PR because I've been sitting at 295 for a long time, and I was like, okay, I'm going to hit my 300, How did the 300 feel for you?
Oh, it felt great. I mean, especially when I about passed out and fell to the ground, but I mean, it was great. I had to put more weight on after that too, though.
There was a time where he was like, bro, you're going to have to stand behind me. And I'm like, what do you mean, man? You're deadlifting. He's like, I think I'm going to pass out. So I started standing behind him after every lift and stuff. And then I was like, I normally just drop to my knees, right after the lift so I don't, hit my head or whatever. So he started practicing that. We went from 300, was it 310?
Yeah, we went up in 5 and then 2.5, I think.
Yeah, it's like, so it went up to 310. And how did that feel? Was you just surprised?
I was very surprised. After I could think again, after I got up, I was surprised.
How does your brain feel after you lift 300 pounds?
You feel high.
Yeah, he said he feel high. What, you been high before, boy? No, I'm just kidding. Shh, we're gonna edit that out. Anyways, and then so I was sitting there jamming on the live with this guy. We were battling it out, and then he goes and walks off and grabs more weight. He grabs 5 more pounds, 2.5s. He throws them on there, and I turn around and look back, and I'm like, what are you doing, bro? I was like, you just hit a record, and I'm like, save a little bit for some of us, So he pops on there and he puts that 315, and he goes and he gets set up. And how'd that feel?
It was scary at first. I was down there, I was breathing, I was mad at myself, I was gritting my teeth, and then I just got ready and I pulled it up.
Yeah, how did it feel afterwards?
I about passed out.
So the whole theme of this is you're going to pass out if you deadlifted, but it did feel pretty good to break that record.
I felt amazing.
Or actually make a record, really.
Yeah,
you didn't even have to break one. You just literally set the standard so high for yourself right off the bat. This guy, he is a very athletic guy, and I was not surprised one bit. Once he started going, it was pretty obvious that he had that core raw strength from all his competitive soccer days and stuff like that. It was really exciting. So he hit 315 today. I hit 300. No, actually, I hit 310, but I only recorded the 300 one, so I'm just going to count the 300 for right now. And then he hit 315. I got a recording of that, so I'm going to put that on there. And then he was like, dude, try this 315. And I'm like, bro, my hips are going to break off or something, So I get over there and I get ready in my brain. I'm just like, dude, you're going to crush this. You're going to smoke this. Then you hit an awesome PR. I pulled it up maybe half an inch and I about fell out. So it was like my fatigue hit, dude. There was a line that I just can't cross, And I think that's with everything, that whenever you're doing heavy weights and things like that, you need to know your limit, but you need to know when to push your limit, and you need to know what your limit is. That way you can get close to it, but don't ever cross that limit to where you're hurting yourself. The biggest thing is we're trying to break down our muscles to where we can get stronger. So I just want to encourage you, make sure you're lifting safely and wearing belts, wearing straps, whatever you need. And there's going to be those people that say, I don't wear any of that stuff. It doesn't matter what they say. Just do what you feel comfortable with. And I hope you have an awesome weekend. Anything else you want to say before we head out?
Be safe. Lift more.
Be safe, lift more. We're going to put that on the shirts.